This program is proudly presented by Wattle, makers of house paint, wood stains and Estopol, Solagard and Kilrust.
To you. It's a wonderful movie night tonight on 10, don't you think? We're beginning with My Brilliant Career, surely one of the finest Australian films ever made. Every time I think of My Brilliant Career, I remember so vividly the night I saw it at the Cannes Film Festival in 1979, the acclaim it received, and a tremendous feeling of excitement that I myself and all the other Australians there felt with the acclaim accorded the wonderful cast. Judy Davis, absolutely brilliant. Margaret Fink, who produced the film. Gillian Armstrong, who directed it. All of them so good. And that was one of the most exciting moments that I've ever had in my life. And I was very proud to be an Australian and felt just a little bit part of all that was happening. And also Eleanor Whitcomb, who wrote the screenplay for My Brilliant Career. All these wonderful people who created a classic movie from a classic Australian book. They interpreted that book in cinematic terms, but did not embalm it. I think they may have opened that book up to millions of people who may not have considered reading it. You'll be pleased to know, as I speak, that Angus and Robertsons are right now reissuing in hardcover My Brilliant Career. It's the kind of book you should have in hardcover. Can you really imagine what it must have been like towards the end of the last century for a young girl, 16, living in a property in rural New South Wales, this young girl deciding she wanted to write a book and writing that book, this young girl deciding she wanted to lead a life of her own? It must have been quite a shocking thing for some of the people around her. And the irony that it took 5 years for her to get the book published, and the one man who did so much to help get it published, and it was published by a publishing house of Edinburgh, that one man was Henry Lawson, to whom Miles Franklin wrote a letter. He replied he didn't know whether Miles Franklin was a man or a woman. Please inform me, he wrote back to her. My Brilliant Career is a wonderful experience because each sequence in this film shows growth in Sibylla, the central character, played so beautifully by Judy Davis. It's a wonderful performance. And what astute casting to have Sam Neill to play opposite her, because he is so personable in his own right that her decisions regarding him in the film have far more dramatic impact. Incidentally, what an extraordinary thing that Judy Davis was not the first choice to play in My Brilliant Career. She came in very late, when the other choice was unable to appear in the film. There are many good people in My Brilliant Career. Among them, the wonderful actress Wendy Hughes. I hate to see her in what can be called a supporting part because she's star quality, that lady, but she's so good. And what did they say? It's not a small part, it's a small player. She plays a smaller part well and makes quite an impression. And there's somebody else in My Brilliant Career who helps to throw Judy Davis's characterisation of Sibylla into such brilliant relief. And I refer to one of my favourite actresses in all of Australian stage, television and film. And there she's sitting over there, playing part of Gussie. Yes, Patricia Kennedy, who has been one of my idols for many, many years. My Brilliant Career, an exquisite film, a wonderful experience. You can learn from this film. I have two quotations to give you tonight. One of them is from My Brilliant Career, and you will remember it, many of you, for a long time to come. And the other is from a most unexpected source, but it's a beautiful comment on My Brilliant Career. this film seems to capture in so many of its images the kinds of Australian paintings which I love so much, particularly from the earlier part of the century. I think, I'm almost positive, there's a little influence there from the paintings of Tom Roberts. And here's an interesting point that I discovered. It appears that Gillian Armstrong liked shooting her exteriors in the early morning or late afternoon. I quote, "when the light is low, slanting and catching people." It certainly gives a wonderful look to My Brilliant Career. I pose a question. I'm sure there are many men and women, boys and girls watching this film tonight. A point you could think about and perhaps even have an interesting discussion with after the movie is, do men and women, boys and girls, react differently to the picture? Is it dependent upon whether you're a man or a woman, how you feel about Sibylla and what she does, what she wants to do, and what she finally decides? It's an interesting question. We shall return to My Brilliant Career in just a moment.